Yeah, I'm still new to this, huh? I get to talk. I got the stage. Um, good win for us. We were able to send our seniors the right way. We finished one of our preseason goals that we set out to accomplish in September, and that was to be undefeated at home. So it feels really good to finish that task, and obviously winning a regular season championship, even a share of it, is something that we've set out to do for months, and it's exciting, but there's still a lot left to play for over the next week.
21 turnovers, and you got 2 big runs in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you were able to punch them and then punch them again. Did you feel like, if we can get ahead of them, we got a chance to be comfortable at least for a couple minutes?
Yeah, that's always the mindset, especially when you're at home, is to hope that you get out in front and you allow your crowd to be a factor, that your press is a factor. Turnovers for us are always a big factor, and they were again tonight. I thought coming off an emotional, hard-fought, huge program win on Thursday night, it was hard to have the same intensity and to match, that emotional level tonight. But we did just enough. We had some guys make some plays. Our pressure defense was pretty good. Our zone late, I thought, got some stops for us, and it was just a good team win that required contributions from a lot of guys.
Coach, you talked about that, keeping the energy up. Second half, you subbed 5 in after
Yeah.
your second group got out there, didn't give you the effort you wanted. What did you see out there, and what was the reason for placing all 5?
Just frustration. And I love these guys. They've accepted it. They've accepted being yanked in and out of the game all year, and that's one of the things that allows us to utilize our depth. But a big part of the scouting report was Lewis Garrett and DJ Brown and their ability to shoot the 3 off the catch, and it was maybe our biggest defensive goal is to not allow them an open look. And for 20 minutes, we're sitting there at halftime, and San Jose's 0 for 4 from 3, and despite our offensive woes, that's why we had the comfortable lead. And, you rehash it at halftime, and you talk about it, and you talk about it at every timeout, and those two had consecutive wide-open looks, and they converted, and I got a little frustrated.
Nation's longest winning streak now. You got the ranking. How do you keep your team focused on what you got to do Thursday and not, I could be in a bracket soon? How do you keep that focus?
We've left alone the bracket and the at-large talk all season, and it seems to have worked so far. So we're going to simply give the day off tomorrow, come back Monday, and go through our same exact routine of individual workouts and weightlifting, and we'll watch some film on New Mexico State, and that's all we'll talk about next week is New Mexico State and the huge opportunity that we have on the road to improve a little bit against a really good team in a tough environment. And we'll talk about having an opportunity to win the league outright by winning one of these next 2 games, and we won't even mention the next opponent, but it'll be all Aggies till Thursday night.
It's year 2 for you, and I was talking to Brandon and JL, and they were both saying, they were like, yeah, we hoped, when the new coaching staff came in, obviously you want to win every game when you but you feel like you're even ahead of schedule, like what you had out in your mind that we're this good this quickly in terms of overall program? Or do you feel like you're ahead of schedule?
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest. We thought in the summer, as we prepared for this season, we thought we'd have a chance to compete for a conference championship. We thought we could be in the thick of things. Did I think we'd be 16-0 in conference? No, I didn't. I thought that we'd have to catch some breaks and the stars would have to align. We'd have to avoid injury, which we have. We're just pretty good defensively. We've sold out on that end of the ball, on that side of the ball, excuse me, and we've gotten better and better. We have good leadership. We have good kids, and our depth has allowed for different guys to step up offensively every night and allowed us to be just good enough offensively just to go on the streak, to reel off a bunch. But it's not like we've been just overpowering. I don't think that we're just some amazing team. We've just done what we have to do to this point, and we need to continue to understand our identity and understand what's got us to this point to continue to have success.
Brandon also mentioned, getting so close last year. How
Mm-hmm.
much is that lingering, pain in your gut feeling from last year? How much does it drive this year's team to where you can point to it saying, we can go to the NCAA tournament? How much do you use that still?
It's been a big motivating factor that started really about a week after the loss last spring, where we got right into individual workouts, and the kids talked about it all spring. It started with obviously our returners, and they communicated it to our new guys, in the summer when they came in for summer school. But I thought it gave us some confidence, but it also motivated us a little bit extra, because I feel like our guys could almost taste it. They were right there, and if we're fortunate enough to get to the championship game, which we're capable of, obviously, I think that we'll remember that. We'll remember a year ago and the little things that we didn't handle correctly.
All the hard work, they talked about it too. As a coach, you can always say, we got to work hard, and you can't predict the results. Seeing them be able to see the results of all that hard work, how just happy does that make you as a coach, saying that players are putting all this hard work and it's resulting in positive things?
It's extremely rewarding. I couldn't be more pleased. I mean, we're not an overpowering team. We have deficiencies in a couple areas, and we've won 18 in a row. It just speaks to that locker room. I'm just so proud of our guys that they've been able to sustain their consistency and coachability and togetherness. It's a special group.
Coach, during the second half, Alex kind of took over the game there for about a 5-minute stretch. Talk about his play and then the hookup on the alley-oop to Jaron on the fast break.
Alex is as talented a kid as we have. He's going to be a tremendous player. He's been really good at times. He's been average at times, as is the case a bunch with freshmen. Unfortunately for Alex, he hasn't been able to just play through a ton of mistakes because our backcourt is so talented and it's so deep. If Alex were given 33 minutes a game, he'd probably be talked about a little bit more. But he's getting better every day in practice. He's made Speedy and Raheem and Keon all better. They've all made each other better. But he's capable of having big games against really good teams, and we look for him and the other newcomers to finish this season really strong for us.
You talked about, as the season's gone along.
Well, daily we continue to try to improve on that side with different wrinkles we may add or subtract from our play sheet, running different things for different guys. Sometimes it's a matter of allowing them to play versus having it a little bit more structured, and sometimes it's vice versa, depending on the flow of the game. So I do feel like we're improving. I think the last 2 games we've been a little bit better offensively, but it's going to continue to be a game-to-game thing. In the meantime, I guess the fear of telling our guys we can't have a bad game will take away from what we're really good at. We're going to continue to have the mindset, as we talked about in the locker room before tonight. Fellas, we don't know how good we're going to be offensively. Hopefully we're as good as we were Thursday night. But if we're not, we better continue to strive to be one of the best defensive teams in the country. And, again, our guys have sold out to striving to do that. And I thought that we set a pretty good tone early on in the game again. If we continue to be really good defensively, and we can get even better, if we can hit our ceiling defensively and just be pretty good offensively, I think things will bode well for us. Well, I think it's huge. I'm a big believer that defense wins championships. A lot of times, the Final Four teams and the championship teams, people talk about how great they are offensively and all the talent level that they have. And that's obviously the case at times, but I know when they're making that run toward a championship, they're locking people down and they're getting defensive stops. And I just think defense, there's a lot more black and white, right and wrong. You're playing hard, you're not playing hard. And offense is so much in question, and there's so much rhythm and timing and tempo and confidence. You know, the things we can control are a lot more defensive than offensive, and so that's been our mindset, and it will continue to be our mindset. We had really good defensive teams at Ole Miss when I played. I played next to some really good defensive players, and that was our staple, that was our identity, and that's become this team's identity along with our depth. Definitely haven't talked to the team about it. I would like to have some success on the road, and I think that we're very capable. This time next week, I think we may have some more information and we may have more of an argument. I don't know how we're not in the conversation, though, at least right now. To have won 18 in a row and to have beaten some of the teams we've beaten. I mean, Denver and New Mexico State are both very good teams. Southern Miss is a very good team. Utah State's really good. I know they've had a couple injuries, but try going to Logan, Utah, and winning. We're pretty good, and I think that we're starting to have some people talk about us, and we've started to gain some national attention, and our kids deserve it. I think it's pretty neat, you know, just like the top 25. I don't want to shun it and say I'm not proud of it. It's a pretty cool thing, you know. I know our guys will be talking about it, but we better start talking about New Mexico State here real quickly.